Welcome back, everyone, to JFace Games. I'm JFace, and what we do on this channel is we look at different games, whether it's board games or TTRPGs, and I am creating a TTRPG, and I'm looking at other games for influence to see what things we can borrow or be inspired by in order to implement into our own games. Hit the bell, hit the subscribe. Join us on this journey. I've got a couple tutorial videos out nowadays so you can see what the pressure system looks like. But today I'm talking about a board game called Tapestry. I just got the third expansion for it, and I'm excited to play it, and I love the game. It's a civilization game, it's a board game, and it is sort of a abstract version of a civilization game. Don't think of it as like a 4X game at all, but it's an abstraction, and it's really, really cool game from Stone Myers. And I'm on this website, victoryconditions.com. This guy happens to have a website, and he talks about Tapestry, and I'm bringing this up just for the visuals, because I was recently thinking about, and we were talking about this on Discord, about ancestries, right? As I'm building my game and as I'm creating my world that the game is going to set in, I was thinking about quote-unquote ancestries and backgrounds and things like this. And I thought about, instead of trying to make ancestries, instead of just making these different, humans, elves, dwarves, races, that's one thing you could focus on. But I thought about what's the cultures. To me, it's more important, what are the cultures people are coming from that kind of reflects their outlook and their decision-making. And I thought about the game Tapestry. Because Tapestry, as a Civ game, it doesn't have your standard sort of if you played Sid Meier's, you've got, United States and China and Japan and Greece and Aztecs, and it's those sort of civilizations that you start with. But what I thought's interesting about Tapestry is they have these more themes, these cultures, so to speak. So let's just talk about a couple of them. They have the alchemists, which is kind of a little abstract, but the architects, the craftsmen, the entertainers, the futurists, the heralds, historians, inventors, isolationists, leaders, the merrymakers, and militants. To me, I find this, the next one's cool too, mystics, they're all cool. They're all really interesting. Nomads. To me, the idea of, instead of having, sometimes you might have, in D&D, you have a background, like a nomad background, but it's an individual, right? That's just you, potentially. And then you have an ancestry. And I think that it might be more interesting to have a culture. And you can have these very generic cultures that people can then extrapolate out and put whatever quote-unquote civilization they think that fits their game in it. But I like the idea of having these cultures instead be the dictators of some sort of background powers. This is a short video just because, to me, this is more of an inspiration, not a fully flushed out concept. So I'd be really interested in hearing your take on focusing on the culture that someone comes from versus the ancestry or the race, and getting an idea of what this sort of inspires for you mechanically or thematically, or if you know any games that actually do this besides Tapestry, like actual TTRPGs, that they focus more on that. Meaning not a specific background, you are a blacksmith, but you come from a culture of craftsmen, and there is a specific culture, whether it's a city or a people or whatever, that is their sort of mechanism of culture that interacts with the world, that sort of holistically defines them as a people. So anyways, that's it. Quick video. Hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, leave some comments. I really want to know what people think about this, because this is one of the things I'm thinking about currently in my game. So talk to you guys later.